Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Dammy, also known as Dammy's Doodles.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Wednesday, the 10th of January, 2018, and this is episode 276. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Dammy, we had some people introduce themselves in the Ravelry group this week. Why don't you give them a shout out?
Okay. The first one is Robin, who is Garrett Bird from Georgia.
Georgia Redbird. G.A.
Garrett Bird.
Georgia Redbird.
And then I think Arid, who is Arid from Finland.
Mm-hmm.
And Catherine, who is the Cat Niche from Canada.
With two T's.
Niche.
So, welcome. Glad to have you guys. So, Dammy, if somebody's not a member of our Ravelry group, what should they do and why?
You should join and introduce yourself in our introductions thread because we will give you a shout out on our next episode and you'll be able to participate in all our ALs and giveaways.
That's right. Well, we have quite a bit to talk about today, so we probably should get started. Here we go.
Now we're going to talk about what is on our needles.
So what is on your needles, Danny?
I'm still working on the tickled pink and green cowl on US 4 3.5 millimeters in abstract fiber and Malabrigo sock in the Fresco Seco colorway. This is one of my designs for our tickled pink book, which we'll pre-order soon. And this is the one that's been giving me lots of trouble, and it gave me more trouble.
But we figured it out.
Yes, it is okay now. So after the podcast, I'm going to type it up for test knitters and then try to do the last pattern. And
You
then
can do it.
And then I have to finish knitting all the samples because I've only knit one of my samples. All the other ones are still in progress.
Yes.
I'll start with the sock because that one's easy, and then
go from there.
yeah, because this one.
It's going to be okay. It looks amazing now. And it's going to be great. It's okay.
I put it in my Star Wars project bag because I love Star Wars.
It makes you happy.
Yeah.
Yes. So that'll make you happy to work on it because it's in your Star Wars bag.
Yeah.
Who made that bag?
Slip Stitch Studios.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Someone gave it to me. I don't remember who.
I don't remember either.
Whoever it was. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. We've had many long days and nights since then. Yes. Okay, anything else on your needles?
Not right now.
Okay.
What are you working on?
So I have 3 projects active right now. I have my zigzag blanket, which is the 10 stitch zigzag pattern by Frankie Brown. I'm on US 4's 3.5 mil needles, and this yarn is...
What color is it?
It's the one from Daddy's Christmas Socks.
I'm suddenly blanking.
The strawberry one.
This is Strawberry Fields Yarns Take a Hike base, I think, in the...
Strawberry Fields again
Yep.
colorway.
That sounds right.
It's linked on my project page on Ravelry. And I finished the 10th zigzag last night, so I'm halfway through, or not last night, yesterday. I'm halfway through this 40th stripe of the blanket. So I won't have this stripe done next week, but it will be done then a week after that, and I will have started on the 41st, and that means I will be over 50% done.
Yay!
Yay! I'm working on birthday socks for my bestie Katie's little boy Izzy, who's turning 3 in just a few weeks. I'm using my French Vanilla Cappuccino sock pattern on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and this is Patton's Croy sock 4-ply in the blue striped rag colorway. So I'm doing it as a tube because little boy feet grow really fast. Little girl feet do too. So there's sock number 1 done, and here's sock number 2. And look at my cute coffee mug.
Oh, that's why.
Pattern, or stitch marker from Ann Tudor. So I was not purposely trying to match these up.
But they done matched up.
But they matched up. So I am on the last color repeat. So I need to finish this blue stripe.
Well, that makes it easy to gauge when you have to stop.
Yeah. So I need to finish this blue stripe and do the yellow and then the orange and then start the ribbing, which I may get to that point when we're podcasting today. I will double check. I count the rows, so I will double check just in case it's like a row or something off, and I'm just not seeing. So I am trying to get those finished so that I can get them in the post to make their way to England. And then Dammy wound up some yarn for me to cast on my next sock knit, because we're going on Friday to...
We're going on a field trip.
Yes, where are we going?
Seattle.
To
early in the morning.
Where are we going in Seattle?
We're going to Seattle Pacific University.
Which is?
College.
Which is?
College I'm going to.
Starting?
Autumn.
Yes. So we're going for a day-long event, and I didn't...
Very early.
Very early. We have to leave the house by 5:30. But I know I'm going to be done with these, and I don't want to... Being how that we have to get up so early, and it's going to be a long day, I want just something I can just do zoom versus taking a shawl or design socks or whatever else that I'm working on. So I had her wind me some yarn yesterday. And then the last thing I'm working on is the Tickled Pink Seven Sister socks. I'm using US 1.5, 2.5 mil, US 2, 2.75 mil, and US 2.53 mil needles. On this yarn is Seven Sisters Arts Meridian base. I'm using these 3 different sizes because this is a very cable heavy.
Wait, 3
sock.
different sizes?
Yeah.
What'd you...
So for the toe, heel, and cuff, I'm using my normal US 1.5, 2.5 mil needle. For the foot, because the sole is in knit, I don't need it to be as, I don't need as big a needle as I do for the leg. So for the foot, I'm using the US 2, 2.75 mil. And then for the leg, because it's the same on the front as on the back, I'm using US 2.53 mil. And I've been trying them on, and they fit really well by going up those needle sizes. And I'm actually... I think I need to do 2 more repeats of the chart pattern and the cuff, and I'll be done. So, yeah. And then I need to finish knitting the Tickled Pink shawl out of a Suburban Stitcher sock. And I think I'm probably about 2/3 done with it. But I was like, I wanted to get all the designs done, and then I have time to go back and finish the samples. So, yeah. So that is everything that is on my needles. And I have some FOs, so we should move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about her finished projects, because I'm never going to finish a project again, ever.
You are. You will. It will be amazing. You will get over this designer's block and everything and get the samples done, and then you'll be so excited to work on your Hadestown collection.
I need to do just a simple pair of vanilla socks before I go back into that.
That's a good idea.
I have sock yarn wound, actually.
You know, you should actually take those on Friday.
I doubt I'm going to have time to sit and knit anywhere.
Well, we'll be on the ferry for 2 hours. There and back. So. And you could knit while some of the panels and stuff are going on if you wanted to. So. Okay, finished objects. I finished 2 things this week. One is this awesome pair of mitts. So these are my leftover Christmas yarn shorty fingerless mitts.
What are they?
This is the yarn left over from my Christmas socks. So this is my leftover Christmas yarn shorty fingerless mitts. I incorporated the leftover sock yarn mitts by Jean Stevenson pattern, but I modified it. I didn't go totally by her pattern. I did these on US 3s, 3.25 mil needles, and the yarn is Plymouth Yarn Happy Feet 100 Splash hand dyed in the lipstick colorway. So I did this because I wanted mitts that wouldn't cover my Fitbit watch. Are you going to turn on?
We're not sponsored by Fitbit.
We're not sponsored by Fitbit. There's my kitty Inca. She needs some love. I need to get some steps in. But all my other mitts like cover it. And Russ and Dammy were like, oh, you should just put the watch on top of the mitts, but then the heart rate monitor won't work correctly. So I whipped up these cutie little things. I think they took like right around 100 yards of yarn. And I love them, and I've been wearing them. They need to actually be soaked and blocked. They have not done that. I should have had you do that yesterday when you were soaking and blocking.
You were wearing them.
I was wearing them. Because I love them. And then the other thing I finished is the first preemie hat for 2018. This is my top-down preemie hat pattern, which is free on Ravelry. I used US6's 4mm needles. I used 5 different yarns. I was like using up lots of scraps. So the purple, the light and dark purple, are both Fierce Fiber Springy Fingering in the Gradient Purple Lotus colorways, and I used the light one and the medium color. And I used up all of the medium color. I have a little bit of the light left. I used, does this look familiar? I used the remainder of my Plymouth Yarn Happy Feet 100 slash hand dyed in the lipstick colorway for that part. I used Rusty Ferret Yarns Quadruple in the Ferret Face colorway. Used that up.
Good grief.
Use that up. And then right here, the stripe is Sunflower Yarns Franconia in the Blossom and Bark colorway, and I used all of that up. I was trying to use it.
Very eclectic.
It is, but I love it. It just like came together. It looks so nice together. You wouldn't have imagined that it's like 5 different yarns making it. So that's my first preemie out for the year. Only 51 more to go. So I love doing that. If you're new to the show, I knit a preemie hat every week during church and then donate them. I have a huge bag of them that I actually need to donate. So I will get on that at some point. But yeah, so that is kind of my way of giving back. I used to be a hospital chaplain before I got sick. And so this, and my primary unit was the neonatal intensive care unit. So this is a way I can still give back, even though I can't work as a chaplain anymore. So, yeah, so that's everything I finished. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are Yummies, Dammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things, things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. And I got a box of yumminess this week. So I got my...
Still got condensation in it, careful.
Okay.
Hold it straight.
I got my doTERRA enrollment kit, and it came with this beautiful diffuser that Dammy has been using, actually, because I have one in my room already. And it came with these 10 oils, which you can't read, but it's Digest Zen, Lemon, Breathe, Peppermint, On Guard, Melaleuca, which is tea tree oil, frankincense, lavender, deep blue, and oregano. And then I already had a deep blue, and then it was a big enough order that I got a free frankincense. And then I ordered this case on Amazon, and it's a zipper case, and it's like quilted, so it's cushy, and inside here, it's cushy as well. You can see, kind of see there. So this will hold up to 30 oils. They also have a 56 vial version. So as I mentioned last week, I have started with doTERRA essential oils. So I was really excited to get my enrollment pack. And I promise the podcast is not going to become all about essential oils. But if you are interested in learning more about essential oils, on Thursday, which is the day this goes live, at 1 p.m., I'm going to be doing... Pacific. Sorry. 1 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to be doing...
So that's 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Mountain Central Eastern.
Yeah. I'm going to be doing an Essential Oils 101 webinar. And it will be recorded if you can't come live. So no worries about that. So if you go to our website...
GeekyGirlsKnit.com.
There is a thing at the top that says Essential Oils. If you click on that, you can scroll to the bottom and subscribe to the newsletter to be notified when a webinar is going on, and then also find out how to get the recording in case you miss it. And so it will be streaming there on that web page, and there will be a chat room in case you have questions. I'll also be streaming it as long as technology cooperates. I'll be streaming it on Instagram Live and on Facebook Live on our on our page. So I hope you'll join me. And like I said, if you're not able to be there live, it will be recorded, so you'll be able to watch it later. Oh, it'll also be on our YouTube channel, because that's where I'm streaming it from. So yeah, so I'm really excited about all this. I've been researching and learning and enjoying all fun things about doTERRA and essential oils. So yeah, So what else? Do you have any yummies this week?
I bought sheet music.
That's awesome. What sheet music did you buy?
I bought the sheet music to Once Upon a Dream from Jekyll and Hyde. Because I'm using it for an audition song for a scholarship.
Yes. Because we're making 3 trips to Seattle Pacific University in like 6 weeks' time. So we're making 3 trips over. So.
Because you can't do all the things we need to do on the same day.
And you also have something upcoming this weekend that people can send good wishes and think good thoughts and say prayers and cross their fingers and toes and all that for.
Yes, I have an audition for the community theater production of Beauty and the Beast.
So you're very excited about that.
Yeah, it has a dance audition though, and I don't know what to expect.
Well, you just go in and you do what they ask for.
The director tells you to do.
That's right. So
you always do what the director tells you to do.
Director is the boss. Okay, anything else?
No.
Your Christmas gift hasn't arrived yet, the one that you spent your Christmas money on.
Yeah.
It'll be... But
half of it is supposed to be here today, and then the other half tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, the part that's going to be here today is not... You didn't buy it. It is your...
Oh, yeah,
it's your
you bought it.
It's your reward for the December reading challenge.
Yeah.
So.
It's a book.
It is a book.
Oh, you got the Kindle edition of the one that...
Gosh. So I think I mentioned this, I've mentioned it probably the last couple of weeks. So I pre-ordered the Hunchback of Notre Dame songbook for Dammy. Well, the hubs and I did for Christmas. And it was supposed to ship out on the 20th of December. And as of this morning, it is still out of stock. And so I mentioned to Dammy that it's available on Kindle, and she was like, well, that's fine. So I canceled the pre-order and did the Kindle order, but it won't release till Friday. So
it's okay. A Kindle thing will deliver immediately.
Yeah.
No shipping required.
So it should arrive on Friday.
Now I can put another song in my book.
Is it your song book?
Yes, that's what it's called.
I know, it was a joke. Another song in your book. Is it your song book?
Yes, it is.
I hope some of y'all laughed, because she's not. Okay, do we have anything else other than our normal stuff?
No.
All right, let's talk about... See, I should not have just tried to knit that first stitch. And then I split the yarn and... Oh, dear me.
You want me to fix it while you talk?
No.
Give it to me.
No, I got it. I just need to pass this over. Come on, pass all the way over. There we go. All right, got it. Let's talk about hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month. So you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram.
That's right.
And special consideration is given to photos of animals.
Especially if there's animals and yarn in the same picture.
You can't see this yarn.
She's hiding the yarn from you. So... January, we have stuff about the new year and goals and organizing and things, you know, that people tend to make goals about for the new year, but also all the yarny, lovely stuff. So, what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. So those were our favorite photos. Great job, everybody. It's never too late to join in. Just take a look at the prompt for the day. Today, when we're recording, the prompt is cold. There. You interpret the prompt however you want, or very cheater friendly on that. You post it on Instagram. Make sure in the caption you use hashtag #GGKCraftyPat, because that's how we find your photos and yours might get chosen. And we don't have any upcoming events that we'll be attending at the moment, but stay tuned and we'll let you know when we know. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
Yes, so what are you reading, Dammy?
I am still reading The Voyage of the Dawn Treader by C.S. Lewis.
Okay. Where are you kind of in that? Anything you can tell us?
I'm past halfway, that's all I know.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and are you still reading the other thing too?
Yes, I am still reading The Glass Scientists, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Katungo, and it updated on Monday.
So is this like going to be an ongoing, like you're reading it every week? So how often do they put new ones out?
1 page a week.
Okay.
But it's like a full-length page.
Okay. And how many, like, strips are there on it?
It varies.
Okay.
This week, I think the geometric construction of the strips varies.
Oh,
this week,
okay.
I think it was like 4
panels.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, while we're talking about you reading, how is your 15 minutes a day going?
Good.
Have you done it every day this year?
Yep.
Good job. So
We're just reading a pattern count.
Yeah. I said it's for anything you read. So
I can read you.
No, you need to actually read words.
I'll read
Or have words read to you if you're doing an audiobook.
I'll read your mind.
So what we're talking about is our January, February, March read along.
Wow.
Yep. So the challenge is to read for at least 15 minutes a day. It doesn't matter what you're reading, whether it's a book, an ebook, a magazine, a cookbook, because there are people that read cookbooks because y'all commented and told Dammy that you actually do read cookbooks. The back of a cereal box, blog posts, audiobooks, patterns. What else could you read?
Manifestos.
Okay.
The Constitution.
The newspaper. The newspaper.
Constitution.
The Constitution. There you go. So I don't care what you're reading as long as you're
Catechism.
Okay. I don't care what you're reading as long as you're reading 15 minutes a day. And we have, there's a thread in the Ravelry group where you have one post and you update it. And so we've had some people ask, you don't have to go in and update it every day. I mean, it's totally fine with me if you want to keep track of like the whole month, like in your bullet journal, and then come in and do the whole month at once.
If only you could copy and paste from writing into electronic.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Technically, that's what scanning is.
No, but there is like a thing where it's a special pen and notebook you use, and it like translates it.
Interesting.
I can't remember the brand name. I saw like I don't know, maybe it was like a Kickstarter or something for it. So the deadline to remember is the 31st of March. You need to make sure all of your stuff is posted, because the morning of April 1st, I will block that thread and you won't be able to update. So you need to make sure that you get everything posted by that day. So there are 2 different levels of giveaways. If you read 87 of the 90 days, you will be in at least one giveaway for any one of our ebooks. Everyone that gets to that does 87 days gets a 20% off single pattern coupon code for our store. And then there are 2 other giveaways for that level, sponsored by Iggy Star. Sponsored by Iggy Star on Ravelry. She donated a skein of Firefly-inspired yarn called The Girl or the Weapon. And also I Can Kill You With My Brain socks, which is a Firefly-inspired pattern, will be with that. And the other one is a skein of Doctor Who-inspired yarn. It's Sonic Screwdriver colorway, and you will get any one of my single Doctor Who-inspired patterns with that. So at this point, there's 3 giveaways for the 87 level, but we probably will add more ebooks, at least one more ebook. It just depends on how many people finish that level. The other level is if you get at least 60 of the 90 days, you will be in a giveaway for any one of our single patterns. And again, depending on how many people finish that level, we may add some more of that. There's also a hashtag GGKRAL18, so Geeky Girls Knit Read Along 2018. GGKRAL18. If you want to post like on social media what you're reading, yeah, that could be fun for you to like, for everybody to go in and kind of see. And there has been some amazing conversations going on in the chatter thread for the read along. I'm loving it. I haven't been responding to everything unless it was like a direct question for me, just because things have been chaotic. But I love that y'all are having conversations and making plans to read together and exercise together and all kinds of stuff. So that is really awesome. So that is the January, February, March read along. If you have any questions, just post it in the chatter thread or send me a PM. I'm Java Pearl on Ravelry. Okay.
Now what are you reading?
What am I reading? I am still reading Let's All Be Brave, Living Life with Everything You Have by Annie F. Downs. Loving it, loving it. I think I probably actually might finish the book today. I almost finished it yesterday and I just couldn't get through that last little bit. But it is an amazing book. So, and then I will have to look and see what nonfiction book I want to start next, because I'm trying to keep, I would like to do at least one nonfiction book a month. So, and then fiction-wise, and I do believe all of these are from Kindle Unlimited. So, in the Configured Trilogy by Janetta Penner, I finished reading book 2. In the Hot Bloods series by Bella Forrest, I read the book number 2, which is Cold Bloods. I finished reading that. I'm not enjoying it as much as I have enjoyed some of her other stuff. It's good, but I just, you know what I'm saying. The Stillhouse Lake series by Rachel Kane, I read books 1 and 2, and I'm anxiously awaiting book 3. Oh my gosh. These are like thriller mystery ones, and Sunday,
you're thrilled.
It was so good. Sunday after church, I wasn't feeling great with my fibromyalgia, and I curled up in bed. I was going to knit and such, and I was like, I'm just going to read. And I laid in bed and read both of the books, and they were so intense and so good. I really enjoyed them.
They were thrilling.
They were thrilling, and but the third book's not going to be out until like October or something.
Ah,
They're really good. I read book number 8 in the Harper Harlow mystery series by Lily Harper Hart called Ghostly Tricks. And I am reading the Origin mystery series by A.G. Riddle. I'm reading book 1. I'm pretty sure that I read this one already. I just saw movement at the corner of my eye. But I have not read books 2 and 3. And it's like, science thriller type thing, potential science fiction. There's Nazis thrown in just for, they found a Nazi sub in the Antarctic.
I'm done with the Nazis.
Me too. So I'm rereading the book 1 before I read books 2 and 3, which I've got ready to read. And that's everything that I'm reading or have read, or I need some water because
you still have to talk some more. I didn't watch any of those.
I know, but that's why I needed a drink of water. So, watching. I remember how I said,
oh no,
back in November that Hallmark was releasing 33 new movies between Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve.
What did you do?
I watched all of them. All of them. So the last 2 I had to watch were Christmas Getaway and A Royal New Year's Eve. Finished that. Now Hallmark is doing its Winterfest, I think is what it's called. So I watched Love on the Slopes. There you go.
These all follow the exact same plot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, totally. You know what's going to happen. They're super cheesy. What the plot is, woman meets man, there's some kind of dramatic situation, they separate.
His wife has died. He may or may not have a child.
There was no child in Love on the Slopes.
That's why I said may or may not.
And it was not a wife. It was a girlfriend. They broke up a couple of years ago. He's a nature photographer. She writes for a travel magazine. She writes an article. She wants to write an article on, because she wants to get the coveted new position as a full-time writer at the travel magazine instead of her being a copy editor. She goes out to try to do some extreme sports to write her article, ends up writing what she learns from him. He gets upset because he doesn't like being in the public eye, even though he's this brilliant nature photographer that people are clamoring for his work. They separate because he's mad, and she ends up getting the job, and they both realize they're in love. She flies back to him, and they have happily ever after.
Good grief.
That's the plot, really. Royal New Year's Eve, there was a prince involved.
Oh.
And she worked for a fashion magazine. And he was supposed to propose to the Duchess. Maybe, whatever. Anyway.
Can we move on, please?
We can move on. Cheesy Hallmark movies for the win.
Cheesy Hallmark movies.
Speaking of cheese, I'm watching season 2 of Charmed.
Charming.
Yes. I am almost to the end of season 2.
Of course you are.
Yes, I am. I'm also watching season 1 of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. They won 2 awards at the Golden Globes. This series is not safe for children. There is adult situations and content and...
Just keep talking.
What is the dialogue? I couldn't think of the word. Dialogue. Okay. Do you want to talk about the next one?
Sure. She wrote all of this for it. So we're watching season 15 of NCIS. Torres and Bishop were undercover. Gators ended up saving Torres. And why did you write this?
Because it's funny.
And Torres said he was going to give him a kiss.
Lol. That was funny. That's funny. Watching season 4 of NCIS New Orleans. Sonia's former partner thinks it's time for her to move on from working for Pride. Okay, you're next.
We're watching season 5 of The Blacklist.
I had forgotten what happened. And we started watching and I was like, wait, what?
Elizabeth went away to try and hide from all that happened.
Tom getting murdered, her in the coma. Yeah. That's what happened.
And she fought some men from a crime family and ended up killing them before they killed her. They killed her dog!
They did. It was very unkind.
Ugh!
Yes.
And now she's back and ready to find Tom's killers.
Intention. Keep going.
Oh, good. We're watching season 13 of Criminal Minds. All these criminal dramas never end. And Lou Diamond Phillips in it, and I feel like he's been in the show before.
He was in Numbers repeatedly that we were rewatching not too long ago.
You were rewatching it.
Yes.
And it was about pirates and water, and finally it rained in this desolate California town.
Yes.
I think it was California.
Do you want me to go for a bit?
Sure.
We're watching season 4 of The Librarians, and the forest that connects all the forests all over the world have been trying to find someone to speak for them, and so Stone does, but Flynn is still gone.
See, I'm sounding so uninterested saying all this stuff, and you're like, oh!
Yes. Do you want to talk about this one, or you want me to?
Sure. I will talk about it. We're watching season 11 of The X-Files.
Because it came back.
It's back.
I didn't know it was coming back.
I didn't like this.
This episode was kind of weird.
No, I didn't like the thing at the very end. The cigarette smoking man is William's father, not Mulder. That just seems very weird and creepy to me. Yeah. And you spelled Scully wrong. There's no E. And when Williams and Scully are sharing visions.
So it'll be interesting to see where they go with this. Because I thought it was done at the end of I thought they were just bringing back for one season. But what's her name who plays Scully?
Gillian Anderson.
Yeah, she has said that this is her last season. So either they'll have to end it or kill her off or send her away or something.
Can't kill Dana Scully off.
I know.
Just end it after this. Like, this didn't feel like the X-Files. Like, X-Files isn't car chases.
Yeah, it was very, very
it's aliens and Bigfoot and the monster of the week.
Yeah.
And funny dialogue.
And this was much more of a action thriller episode. So.
Should have just left it in the 90s.
Yep.
Where it belonged.
I started watching Series 7 of Death in Paradise. It has come back. Jack's daughter left the island for university. It made me very sad. Because it made me think of Danny leaving for university. It's okay. Florence got hurt chasing a suspect. And so now she's going to be on crutches.
Oh no.
Yes. Watching season 11 of The Big Bang Theory. So Sheldon and Amy were having a competition, unbeknownst to everyone else, to pick their best man and maid of honor. And then Penny realized that Amy really is her best friend. It was very funny.
Okay.
You can talk about the next one.
Watching season 5 of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Then Fitzsimmons, not Fitzsimmons. It's Fitzsimmons now. They're back.
Sorry.
They're back and better than ever, and they're engaged now, technically.
Yes.
And Daisy are escaping together, but Meg got sent to the surface.
So I'm like, okay, enough of this. Let's go to the surface and find out what's going on.
And can we leave Fitzsimmons alone for just one season, please?
Yes,
They've
just
been
let
through
them be
too
happy.
much.
And together, and back in our time.
In their normal time.
Yes.
And not running as criminals.
That's right. Watching season 9 of NCIS LA, this episode was like about bullying, but then like somebody was trying to bomb the school where these kids were bullying this girl, and it was sad. But and then season 11 of Murdoch Mysteries, and Pendrick was back.
Who's Pendrick?
He's this guy that's been in it repeatedly over the 11 seasons, and he is an inventor, but every time he invents something, it fails.
Aww.
But, and people, every time somebody is out to get him.
Of course.
So his thing this time, it was called Flash. I can't remember what the abbreviation stood for, but it was a levitated vacuum transportation system.
Like that thing in the Polar Express? You know what I mean?
Yes.
Traveling.
Yes. Yes.
It's a real thing. I just can't think of what it's called right now.
And he wanted to get from Canada to Great Britain in like an hour.
You have to go underwater.
Yes, he was going to put the tubes underwater. He did it already. He had done it.
But the water pressure.
He'd done it from the island to the mainland. And
How?
got there.
How does he have that much money?
He's rich.
Oh! I thought he wouldn't be rich since all of his inventions fail.
But he's also got investors. But then the investor killed somebody because he realized that there was a problem with the calculations to get it to go for the full way.
Oh no!
Yep. That's everything we're watching. Gosh, you guys. I have been listening to on repeat Christy Nockels' Be Held Lullabies for the Beloved album. Repeatedly repeating over and over. I love it. It's like been my soundtrack for January. What about you? What are you listening to?
I have been listening to 2 single songs on repeat. In My Dreams from Anastasia, the original Broadway cast recording, because that's my audition song.
Yes.
For this weekend. And then Once Upon a Dream from
Not a train.
A train. Once Upon a Dream from the Jekyll and Hyde original Broadway cast recording, because that is my other audition song that I will use for a scholarship. Hopefully I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've also been listening to various Spotify playlists. I found a winter classical playlist. It's nice.
Okay. I guess we should add that to the show notes.
Sure, I'll try to find the link.
Okay. Alrighty, and that is everything we're reading, watching, and listening to. It's a lot. Let's move on to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about our December, January, February Winter Wonderland KAL.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
Although it doesn't feel like December anymore. December is like it's all nice and cozy and you're waiting for the snow, and now it's January. The cold, stark reality of winter.
And winter winds, which do not agree with me.
There's a song called Winter Winds that's good. That's the only
Yes.
good kind.
Yes. So this started on the 1st of December and it runs through the 28th of February. 3 main rules. First, it's for any project you knit, crochet, weave, or spin, any of the Ravelry crafts. You can convince us relates to winter. Your fallback is?
You made it in the winter.
The second rule is no whips are allowed. You have to start your project December 1st or later and finish it by the 28th of February. Third rule, which we have mentioned the last couple of weeks that we'll be reassessing for the spring owl. But for now, if you're posting in the FO thread, if the item that you knit or crocheted or weave,
the item you made,
if it used less than 10 grams of yarn, it should be grouped together with other small items using until you have a total of at least 10 grams of yarn to post it in one post. Feel free to poly dip in other owls. That's totally fine. We have lots of lovely prizes on the screen right now. Thank you so much to our sponsors for donating them. If you'd like to know more about them, you can go to
geekygirlsknit.com,
where there are bigger pictures and links to the shops and such. If you have a yarny related business or you just want to donate to the podcast, if you want to donate a prize, just PM me, Java, Pearl, and Ravelry, or email us at
geekygirlsknit@gmail.com.
That's right. You have to be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry to participate. Every project, unless it's the 10 grams thing, that you post in the FO thread counts as one entry into the giveaways. And then the 10 gram rule, that post counts as one entry. The hashtag is GGKWinter1718. We will lock the FO thread the morning of the 1st of March and draw winners on the podcast. After that, you'll have 30 days to claim your prize if you are a winner. There is a chatter thread in the Ravelry group where you can talk about what you're working on, and Dammy also gives shout outs there to everyone who finishes projects, but she also gives shout outs here on the podcast. So Dammy, are you ready? Let me scroll back up here to give some shout outs. All right, go for it.
4 Jules 4, Andy, Angie's Hip, Asteride, Banner Girl 229, Beezy Mom of 2, Crafts Untold, Deb Knits 2, Falling Star 12, Grandma Becky, Hazy Summers, Jillarama, Jennifer Reels, Jessie's Girl 84, JP Music 15, Kana Soup, Carlene Page, Kenneth Ellen, Kersey S, Knit Central, Knit Princess 83, Knitting Kitten 2, Little Angel SG2, Maria Wilhelmina, Moe's Crochet, Mona Moon, Quillpin, R&B Knitter, Scrap Fair, Twisting Pearls, Tiger Knits, VT Kimmy Kim, Witch Angel 8, and Yarnsmith Dory.
Great job, everybody. So keep working on those projects. You've got about a month and a half left to get them done and posted. And good luck. You might be one of the winners. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask...
My shawl kind of went wonky. It's okay. You can keep talking.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
Yes, the question's for you this week. So April, who is April Cox 26 on Ravelry from California, asks, "Hello, ladies. Hi. I was wondering if we could actually see Dammy's stash. I love her color choices. Thank you. Dammy."
You can't see it. I mean, I can't show it to you on the podcast because it is all buried in Rubbermaid tubs. But if you look in my stash on Ravelry, that is all the yarn I actually have right now besides design yarn that I can't show you. Yeah, I've got a few greens, like I have a sweater's quantity worth of green. I like earth colors. I've got some blues. I have yarn for a BB-8. But I like earthy colors and like darker colors.
This is a nice hand spun.
Yeah, I like blues and like this olivey color right here, and grays and stuff like that.
So yeah, so I'm gonna put a link in the show notes to your stash. You could also look at your finished projects to kind of get a sense of your colors as well. So, and when we get moved into our own place and have our stuff set up, we could actually show your physical stash other than design stuff. So, hope that answered your question, April. Yeah, I was wondering how we were going to do that, so I'm glad that you have kept your Ravelry stash updated. And yeah, so if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Ravelry group and post it.
And we just go through in chronological order, unless it's something that's time sensitive. So feel free to ask us questions there because we're happy to answer them. All right, let's move on to the next segment. All right, we made it to the end of the show.
Yay!
Yay! Thanks for watching with us. I don't think we have any unusual announcements. I think we're pretty much on schedule for the foreseeable future. If something of that changes, we'll let you know. We'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who supports the podcast, but especially those of you who support financially, which helps pay for prizes and postage for prizes and technology to do the podcast and all kinds of stuff like that. So there's 3 main ways that you can support the podcast financially. The first one is through Patreon, which is a website where you pledge a certain amount of money per month to your favorite creatives, and you earn rewards back based on the level you donate at. It's kind of like the PBS donation thing. So we just sent out prizes this week, earlier in the week on Monday. So if you were expecting a prize, it's on its way to you. So Dami, where can they find out more or where they could sign up to do this?
Patreon.com/geekygirlsnet.
Awesome. It's your turn.
You have to say the thing.
Another way?
Yes.
Another way you can donate is?
We have a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
And we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you'd like to make a donation, no, that's wrong. If you're going to be shopping on Amazon, if you click through our website first, we earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you would be doing anyway. All right, well, with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely, lovely rest of your week. Wait, no, you didn't tell them where to find. I keep messing this up. How many times? We've done this 276 times.
Let me tell you where you can find us online.
Yeah, I mean, where can they find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsnet.com, and there are links to everywhere else we are online. YouTube, iTunes, Reverie, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
And with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Make sure you're getting your 15 minutes of reading in every day and working on your long projects.
And stay hydrated.
And staying hydrated and staying warm, but also making sure that you're getting enough vitamin D, because the winter can be pretty stark and there's lots of people that are affected by that, including me. So make sure you're getting the sunshine or vitamin D that your body needs. We're not doctors and we don't play them on the internet, but we're just giving you suggestions. So we hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Happy knitting, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
So I thought I would tell you some of my favorite essential oil blends to diffuse. During the day, I have been diffusing frankincense, lavender, lemon, and either On Guard, which helps with, there's lots of illness going on right now, like the colds and all that going around, that helps kill the germs in the air. So I've been doing that, or peppermint. At night, I like to do lavender and frankincense and sometimes breathe, sometimes peppermint. And then I am in love with deep blue. I don't diffuse it, but I use it on muscles and hips and such where I have the chronic pain. I also have so you can do this just by itself. The deep blue, or I have used it with like arnica gel and put a drop of it in, and then the hubs actually rubs that on my back, because obviously I can't reach my back to do that. But I also have a tube of the deep blue rub, which is more of a lotiony type texture to it, with the deep blue already added into it, that one of you lovely viewers sent to me. Thank you. That I've been using on my back, but you've also been using it on your neck. Mm-hmm. And is it helping?
A bit.
So, but yeah, and then I have, you guys know I have this essential oil necklace that has lava beads on it. So I tend to a lot put frankincense on it, because it is just like frankincense is one of my favorite oils. Frankincense and deep blue are probably my 2 favorites, Frankincense just has this calming effect, and so sometimes during the day even I'll be like,
That's weird.
let me inhale some frankincense. You can also like put a drop in your hand and like rub it, sniff it, or you can just like smell it from the bottle. Sometimes I do this.
Puffing your oils.
No, I'm just smelling. Would you like to smell the frankincense?
I can smell it from here.
It's really good. So yeah. I just thought I would tell you some of my favorite blends of stuff. And I'll be adding more things. I know I like the Motivate. I know I want Geranium, which is one that I really like a lot. Yeah, so anyway. So hope that was interesting for you. If you really want to know more about that and the blends and such that I use, come to the webinar or watch the recording of the webinar, and I'm happy to share it with you. So there's your after the credits bonus information, because we're not going to chase Winks the cat today or sing for you today. So that's what you're getting after the credits. So, all right, have a great rest of your week. Bye.
Bye.